Welcome to Southwest Homestead's July 24 garden tour. Those are the sweet potato slips that I started in the house. Remember, I showed you way back. This is the trellis that we started early spring, and here's what it looks like now. This is my favorite part of the garden. It is my oasis in this hot summer, and I love being in there, and the tomato plants love it because they don't get that full heat. I am finding that I'm having more success. These are zinnias that came in Dollar Tree packets for 25 cents a packet, and they are amazing. I would not pass on Dollar Tree seeds. They really do well. They're packed for the season, and there may not be as many, but they do well. Now there's some more zucchini that I've been picking, lots of zucchini. I thought I planted a whole lot of variety of squash, but apparently I only planted lots of zucchinis. These are Musica Italian green beans that I got from Botanical Interest Seeds, and they are doing really well in this heat. I had tried Kentucky Wonder pole beans, and they died a miserable death on those trellises, so I would not do those again. There's another probably zucchini plant. Seems like all I have is zucchini. There's a kale plant that I started from seed that's doing really well. I've got a lot of peppers coming in. These are Anaheim peppers. I need to research and find out how big Anaheim peppers are supposed to be before they harvest, because they look like they're about ready, but I don't want to pick them too soon. I've got a lot of promising tomatillos coming in, and my tomato plants under that trellis are just starting to form fruit. I did not plant until probably early June, so I've got a lot of growing to do. I probably won't be harvesting most of my tomatoes until the end of August, maybe even into early September. But they are doing well, and I'm very happy because I've had such a hard time growing tomatoes here in New Mexico. I think the addition of this shade cloth has just made all the difference in the world. More of those zinnias, I just find them the bright spot in the garden. Some more tomatoes, another squash, probably a zucchini because it seems like that's all I planted. Now down here I've got some chamomile plants going, and I've never grown chamomile before, but I'm really happy with those. This is a pink plum celery from Baker Creek. I don't know if it's going to do anything. It doesn't seem to be growing a lot. They just stay alive, but they say they haven't grown any height. There's some Halloween pumpkins. I don't know if they'll form any fruit before the first frost, which is October 15th here. There's those chamomile flowers that I'm harvesting, and I'm saving a bunch of them to make a tea with, but they really do smell like apple. I read that in the description, and I'm surprised to say that they smell just like green apples, and it's really pleasant. So I'll enjoy that first cup of tea made from my homegrown chamomile. This is my experimental flower bed. This was a plot of dirt that just didn't have a lot of life to it, and I topped it off with some potting soil, and I've planted amaranth and sunchokes and sunflowers. So far I don't have a lot of flowers, but I'm still hopeful. This is another bed with some more zucchini. Mint and dill still going strong. I've got some hollyhocks planted in there, but I don't think they're going to flower this year, but hopefully they'll come back next year. And there's some more zucchini, just an abundance of zucchini. Tonight I'll make some zucchini fritters for dinner. This is my beet bed. I have harvested so many beets. I'd never grew beets before, and I'm loving them. These are a couple of cherry tomato plants that tomato hornworms got to them. You can see they look all sticky. That's what tomato hornworms do. I pulled them off by hand and squished them. This is the end of the rhubarb. It is kind of making a little late summer comeback here, but I won't pick any more of that rhubarb. I want to let the plant get strong for next year. There is some okra. The seeds are from Baker Creek. They're a red okra. I'm really hopeful that I get some red okra off of those that I can pickle for my husband. He loves okra. There's some parsnips in there. I'm not sure how big they're supposed to get before I pull them, but this is the first time growing parsnips as well. That is an artichoke from Azure Standard. I planted about 6 artichoke and several strawberry plants that I got from Azure Standard. They are not going to do anything this year, but I'm hopeful that if I mulch that bed very heavily, that they will come back next spring along with the asparagus. Hoping to have some, crops that come back year after year. And I'm showing me hand watering because I want to remember to point out that this garden is hand watered. It takes me an hour and a half to 2 hours. Those are my 2 water tanks that we refill a couple of times a week. I use that as my meditation time. I listen to music. I listen to audiobooks. Sometimes I just think. And on the 3 nights a week that I work as a nurse, my husband has to water. He does not find that as relaxing as I do, but it's something that we do to try to grow our own food, and we enjoy it. It's nice to learn what grows well here and what doesn't. Everything is an experiment. You know, every year the conditions are a little different depending upon how much rain we get. There's that trellis again. These are my green stalk planters that I never did get around to stacking. I've got herbs growing in those. Thank you for visiting Southwest Homestead's July garden tour.